Hello ladies and gentlemen, Baltmatrix here, and today we are taking a look at Transformers Powers of the Prime, Leader Class Rodimus Prime. Now, Rodimus Prime is kind of an interesting figure because, like Optimus Prime, it comes with a front section and a trailer. In this case, we have our Space Winnebago. Guys, if you've never seen the movie, Rodimus Prime is a Space Winnebago. I mean, come on. We have a very nice looking Space Winnebago here. I think this works really well, except for the fact that the plastic of the front doesn't match the coloring of the red of the rest of the trailer. Now, the front of the car can come out of the entire trailer, but I want to show you a quick comparison between this official Rodimus Prime and this third-party DX9 carry. I think that the two of these figures perfectly encapsulate the styling of Rodimus Prime. I personally like DX9 Carry a little bit better, but I think Rodimus Prime here from the US version works really well, especially for what they're going for. And what they're going for is a figure that can do not only Rodimus Prime, but Hot Rod. So you just literally pop the car out of the center and then flip the little engine exhausts down, and we have the original G1 styled Hot Rod. This is spot on to what I think a toy or a deluxe class figure of the Generations 1 Hot Rod should look like. It's fantastic looking in vehicle mode. Now here he is next to the Titans Returns figure. As you can see, it is a little bit longer and definitely more 80s or 80s style than the the Titans Returns class figure, though they both work well in their own way. My guess is Titans Returns, the Machinima show, was using this as the base, with the trailer, and then when he got rid of that thing and went back to being Hot Rod, he turned into this. So there's that. Transformation for this guy is super simple. Take the exhausts, fold them up again, take the rear of the vehicle mode and unpeg it from the back, and this you have to be very careful with. You can see back there that there is already marring and warping of the plastic. That's because of the way this thing connects. And every time I transform it, it feels like it's getting closer and closer to breaking. So this rear wing section is starting to warp and bend in ways that I'm not real comfortable with. The rest of the transformation is very easy. Simply come to the front of the vehicle mode, unpeg the front fenders and wheel wells, and pull them down to form the shoulders. Grab the front bumper and fold it down. Lift up the front bumper and head, turn it 180 degrees, and then close that whole section up. Come to the front of where the shins are, by the wheels, fold them down, or fold the feet down. Grab the rear spoiler and fold it up. You could do it like that, or you could spin it 180 degrees and fold it up until it clicks into place, like so. With the deluxe class figure we end up with looks very, very similar to his G1 counterpart. It works pretty darn well. Head sculpt is good and cranky, and it definitely looks like the Hot Rod that I remember from the '86 movie. I like this. I think it works. It's a little bit oddly proportioned in the shoulders, but I can forgive it. The only issue I really have is the articulation here in the toes for the transformation. These pins are far too loose. A little bit of pledge will fix that up. Other points of articulation. Head swivels, it's not on a ball joint. Shoulder up and down, ball joint in the shoulder. Wheel has articulation and then a ball joint in the elbow. No fist articulation that I can get going. No torso articulation. Legs move forward and back, in and out. Knees bend in multiple different ways that don't look good at all and kind of scary and painful. For a quick comparison, here's Hot Rod from Titans Returns next to Rodimus Prime. As you can see, there is an evolution of the figure, one way or the other. I personally think the deluxe class Hot Rod looks very, very good, but I also really like the deluxe sized Hot Rod or Rodimus that we've got going here. The figure comes with these two accessories that act as weapons. In this mode, he can wield both of them, and then they both combine into the larger gun for the Rodimus Prime mode. Now let's go ahead and get the trailer combined with the figure. For the figure, we are going to first take him and partially retransform him back into vehicle mode. And then when we get the front of the vehicle mode done and transformed, we will then split the figure in half like So, at this joint, first we have to fold that section up, and then fold out the hands. And then we can end up with this super tiny little Rodimus. Chibi Rodimus. Okay, that's just silly. So what we're going to do is fold the arms straight up and just get them out of the way so that we can make the legs here into shoulders by first opening the panel, flipping the foot up, turning it 180 degrees so that the wheels are pointing down, and then fold them in, and these will become the shoulder blades for Rodimus. Something worth noting is that when you transform or fold the shoulders up, there are little pegs at the bottom that peg into those little peg holes in the back. The fit isn't great and requires a significant amount of force to snap into place. Just be wary, you're not breaking the figure, but it's definitely not easy to get those shoulders snapped into place. And now coming to the trailer, we're going to start by first coming to the sides here and folding these front wheel wells back over the rear wheels. Then come to the top front and wiggle out the pipes and slide that whole section up. These will then become the arms for Rodimus. Fold the pipes forward and unpeg them and flip these panels down to form the hands or to reveal the hands. And then we have the arms. Cool! Next, for the rest of the trailer, come to the bottom of the trailer by the rear wheels, unpeg them from the rest of the trailer, fold them down, fold the feet down, and flip out the heels. Come to the top of the rear of the trailer, open it up. Come to the section, once you open them up, fold it all the way out, or not all the way out, but halfway out, then flip that entire section over and peg it into place, and stand the hips up. Fold the crotch plate down, fold those panels you just opened down, and take the spoiler and flip it around 180 degrees until you have this nice little open backpack. And this is where the matrix is stored. And then a quick comparison of the matrices. We've got Rodimus's here on the left in flash gold, flash yellow, and silver, and then Optimus is here on the right. Whoops. And then Optimus is here on the right in gray and orange. They're exactly the same, just different colors. The Matrix of Leadership is good and all, but I think this is much more appropriate. Now we're going to go ahead and drop the torso onto the body, and this little clip section will fit in just between the legs there. And then there are channels on the back here and here that will pick up and slide in the feet, or the fists, from the little robot and the backpack. And you just get everything lined up, slide it down, and snap it into place. And then curse wildly as you get everything out of alignment and have to do it again. It's not hard to get that lined up, just a little fiddly. And then we can attach the arms, and they will snap right into place on the bottom of the shoulders on dual 3.5mm clips. The final robot mode for Rodimus Prime is really nice looking, except for the weird color variation between the different reds in the plastic. The head sculpt, while excellently sculpted, is a little bit light on detail in terms of paint. I do like it quite a bit, and it looks stern. Height-wise, it scales to Masterpiece Optimus Prime and Powers of the Prime Optimus Prime. Rodimus has some decent posability, though there are a few quirks to it. Head can look forward and back, or I'm sorry, head can look up and down, side to side. Ball joint in the shoulder with another joint here behind the head. No torso articulation. Ratcheting forward and back. Swivel at the upper thigh. 90-degree bend at the knee that is blocked by the kibble. Feet are a little bit too loose for my taste, but I think I could fix that. And some minor ankle articulation and inner heel articulation, so you can get off some decent poses. However, be aware, 1, the figure is a bit top-heavy, and 2, the joints back here are these pin joints that are on, well, sliders, you could say, sliding hinges. They have a tendency to pop out given too much movement. I have actually had to sand down the tops of the pins a little bit just to make sure that they're not catching on anything and then being leveraged out. The other thing I find funny is one thing I do find funny is you have Rodimus's head and then the very top of Rodimus's head in the chest. which is funny because in the other mode, it's the opposite, the little head, and then you can see the big head. The only complaints I have about the figure are you could see the little robot's hands here in the abdomen, and, well, when you try to move the shoulders, these upper thighs move all the time, so that is very annoying. It's not the worst thing in the world because you do get some more articulation when you move them in the correct position, but it is annoying, and the ankles are a little bit on the loose side. But I'm going to just have this figure displayed and standing in a static pose because I think that's when it looks the best. One last comparison we're going to take a look at is DX9 Carry in robot mode. As you can see, DX9 Carry is a smidge taller than Rodimus, but that's fine. DX9 Carry versus Rodimus here is also very interesting because I get the feeling that Power of the Prime's Rodimus is more of what Rodimus was always supposed to be in the US, while we have the very stylized Japanese take of Rodimus from the Japanese art from back in the day. I like DX9 Carry more as a figure and a toy, but that's me being an older collector. I still think Rodimus here in Power of the Primes is a really good figure that is slightly flawed. But Rodimus isn't so flawed that I think you should pass him up. I think this is actually a very good figure that belongs in your collection. Now, there is a repaint of this figure coming later this year in black and purple as Rodimus Unicronus. So there's going to be a Unicron-ish Rodimus coming later this year. I want to get that figure simply because I want to see if the paint is any different and if there are any mold changes. I doubt there are going to be any mold changes, but hey, I'm kind of hoping there's a sweet mustache on that figure. So I hope you have enjoyed this video review. As always, I'm going to ask you to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, comment down below, tell me what you think, and thank you so much for watching this video review. I am Baltmatrix, and I will catch you next time.